We're early, it's light, it's brunch. Today on Let's Cook. Hi, welcome to Let's Cook Today, where we're talking brunch today. Now, brunch is one of those meals that it's great because you can either have it at 10 o'clock in the morning or you can go as late as 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So whatever items you're going to make, you need to make sure that they're going to be conducive to whatever time period that is. So for today, for our brunch, we're doing a gazpacho, but we're going to finish it with a spicy calamari or calamari. Then we're also doing one of my favorites, roast beef hash. Can't wait to show you how to do that. And then additionally, we're also making, a Monte Cristo, which is almost like a French toast, and I have a French toast twist to my Monte Cristo because I'm making it with raisin bread. But the first thing we're going to make is the gazpacho. So let's just look at the ingredients that we have right here to go into gazpacho. We're using some olive oil, onion, garlic, tomatoes, cucumbers, and we're also using, in addition to that, so we're going to be using some peppers, tomato juice, parsley, lime juice for the acid balance, and of course salt and pepper to taste. Now, to make this, normally when I make gazpacho, I would take, see these, I have all these ingredients right here and they're all nicely diced and they look great. And oftentimes I'll take these and I'll dice these and just mix it together with the tomato juice. But if you need to do it really fast, you can just do it right in a blender here. So what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to take my peppers. And I had, I was at the market. They had 3 different kinds of peppers. So I'm going to put my peppers in here. Along with the peppers, I'm going to add my tomatoes and my onions. Now, I won't put in the garlic and I won't put in the lime juice just yet, but or the parsley. We'll just take this now, start this on our blender. I'm going to remove the top here. If it doesn't want to cut, I got it off. I'm going to take this now, start this up nice and slow. Add our tomato juice to this. Good. As I said, this is a very quick gazpacho. So this, I'll just take this now, put this into the bowl here, and you'll see it's still a little bit chunky right here. To this now, I'll add my garlic. I didn't put the garlic in there because I didn't want it to get too garlicky. I wanted to leave the garlic flavor just kind of floating in the soup. A little bit of lime juice, my olive oil. Then we just take this. This soup is now ready to be served. Except, I forgot to put in the cucumber. Can you see this? I have this cucumber right here. And this might happen to you at home where you might forget to put the cucumber in, so watch. We'll just take our cucumber. I wanted to show you how to peel it and remove the seeds. That's why I left it out of there. So we'll just take this. Now, this is a European cucumber, and you can see the seeds in a cucumber here. They're very small. You can remove them or not, but let's just take this and we're going to go ahead and get this into our gazpacho. 2 ways I could do it since I made a boo-boo here. One way I can do it is I could simply take this, put the soup back in the blender and puree it, but I could also just take it with my knife here, remove the majority of the seeds here, and I could leave the cucumber a little larger, which is exactly what I think I'll do. So we'll take our cucumber like this, removing all the seeds here. Make sure we get rid of all those seeds. Then we'll take our cucumber. We're going to cut it very thin like this, just real nice and thin. You need to cut it real nice and thin this way. Then I think I need one more piece here. Can't believe I forgot my cucumber in my gazpacho. Then with my knife now, I'm just going to take this and cut this ever so small. You need to do a real nice small dice. Now, if you wanted to do all your vegetables this way and just leave it right in the gazpacho that way with the tomato juice, that would work too. So I'll just take this now, put my cucumber right in here. Now I really have some differing textures and tastes in my soup. Just stir this around this way. Now the gazpacho, see how nice that looks with the cucumber whole there? I think I kind of like it this way. Now, going to take this, put this in ice water right here. Now for a garnish for this, I'm going to take this pan right here. To this pan, I'm going to put in just a little water. Along with that water, I have some chili sauce here. This is my sriracha chili sauce. I'm going to put a little sriracha in there. Heat the pan up, and I have some galamad right here. Now this, I'm going to cut ever so thin. So we need to make sure that we cut it really, really thin like this. Let's get that cucumber out of there. Very, very thin. This will take about a half a minute or less to cook. Let's see, we want a very, very nice, real thin rings like that. Once the liquid comes up to a simmer, just as this is right now, just going to take this, drop that in there, and let that start to cook. Just count with me right now. Go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is now done cooking. Then take our soup, nice cold, make sure it's ice cold. We'll set it up in a dish like this. Very quick summer soup. Finish it with a little bit of parsley. And then we have these wonderful spicy calamari rings to garnish right in the middle there. Absolutely delicious. We're going to take a little break right now. Then when we come back, we're talking roast beef hash with buttermilk biscuits. Don't go anywhere. It's a summer brunch today on Let's Cook. We'll be right back. Hi, welcome back to Let's Cook, where we are talking summer brunch. 2 beautiful brown eggs. The reason I need the brown eggs is we're making a roast beef hash. Now, in this bowl right here, I'm going to mix all the ingredients. But I'm not using cooked beef. I have some raw beef here. This is some nice filet tips that I got, which is, the smaller end of the filet mignon. And I took these and I just diced them up really nice and small. They're going to be very tender. So I'm going to use the beef here. Now, equally with the beef, let me just put this out of the way over here. Equally with the beef, I'm using potatoes that were diced and blanched, which means I partially cooked the potatoes right here. If you had leftover baked potatoes, you could just dice them up, but you do need them partially cooked. Additionally, I have some peppers here that are nicely diced, onions, key ingredient in hash, ketchup, also some steak sauce, cayenne, Worcestershire sauce, however you want to pronounce it. We have that. We're going to take this now, season this with just a little bit of salt. We don't need any pepper at all. A little bit of salt. Then we need egg. Now the egg is actually going to help bind this, so we're going to put a couple eggs in here too. Now if you're concerned about cholesterol, you're concerned about health, eat this once a month. That's all I can say. Don't need to eat it every day, but we're just going to take this and mix this together. Now, if you have leftover beef, that'll work too. But this we're just going to mix together. Look at these great colors. Now, the whole trick to this, to making a good hash, is to properly sear it in a pan. So we mix this together real well. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to heat my pan now. Need to get the pan very hot. Just get that pan really nice and hot. You can smell this here. Oh, especially, and use a good steak sauce, whatever your favorite is, but use a real nice steak sauce. Now, what I'm going to do with this now is I'm going to take a plate. I'm not just going to drop it in a plate. I'll take a plate like this. I'll put my hash onto a plate here. And by the way, hash, the term hash, actually developed after World War II, where certain restaurants, I'm going to slow down for a second. Certain restaurants were called hash houses. That term hash comes from the haché, to chop. So a lot of things were chopped, and that's where the term hash actually came from. So I'm heating up my pan here. I'm going to take oil in the bottom here, enough to cover the bottom of the pan. Now we want that oil to ribbon, and we want it almost to smoke. While that's going on, I'm going to come over here and form my hash patty. So I have this hash patty formed here nicely. My pan is just starting to smoke now. Bring it over here, and we just drop it into that pan. We're going to let that start to set up a little bit, which means that it's really going to start to cook together. Remember, the beef is raw, the vegetables are raw, so we really need to allow that to brown up. Well, that's browning up. We'll make our biscuits. Now, to make the biscuits, I'm just simply going to take my dry ingredients, my baking soda, my flour, my salt, a little bit of sugar here, and I'll mix these together. just mixing these together. Now, the whole key with biscuits is not to overmix them, because if you overmix them, they're going to be tough. Then 1 egg. I'll just take my wet ingredients right here in the middle. 1 egg there. 2 eggs. And my buttermilk. I'll mix this in the middle first. You know, I'm going to break up those eggs, get those egg yolks broken. There we are. Then I just mix this just till it comes together. Doesn't really take too long. Scrape the sides. Okay, good. Now my batter is ready for my biscuits. Now, a couple of different ways that you can handle this. The more I mix this now, the tougher my biscuits will be. A couple of ways. One way you can handle this is very easy. If you don't want it to stick, take a little water, put it in a bowl. Make sure you're using a pan that it won't stick to, or what you can do is you can just spray it like this. Then we'll take 2 spoons, wet the spoons with the water, grab this here, and drop this onto the pan. You wet your spoon every once in a while. When you drop it onto the pan, it's not going to stick. See how nice these look? See how easy they come off the spoon? And you can get a nice shape that way. We bake these biscuits in a 350-degree oven for about 12 minutes. Now, I already have some that are done here, and I'll just show you what they look like. Absolutely gorgeous. And I love to have them where they have a rough look like these have right now, where they're not perfect. Okay, let's take a look at our hash over here. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Just get my spatula here. Now, you notice what's happening here. My hash is starting to firm up here very nicely. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take this now, put this in the oven under the broiler, and let it continue to cook. It's going to brown the outside here. Then I can fry an egg, and I'm going to serve it right in this pan. We're going to take a little break. We're going to finish our hash later on in the show. And then when we come back after the next portion, I'm going to show you a terrific Monte Cristo sandwich. Stay with us. It's Summer Brunch today on Let's Cook. We'll be right back. Hi, welcome back to Let's Cook, where we're doing Summer Brunch. Now, we're going to make a Monte Cristo sandwich. First thing we have to do is we have to make the egg batter to soak the sandwich in. I'll just take a couple of eggs right here. I'll use this 1 egg right here. Oh, by the way, a lot of my students ask me, how do you break an egg with 1 hand? I'm going to show you. I'm going to take my hand right here. Now, all I'm going to do is you can crack it on the edge here, but the egg might have a tendency of breaking this way. So what I'll do oftentimes is I'll hit it on a flat surface. So I'll just hit it on a flat surface there just to crack it. Then with my thumb and finger this way, turn it upside down. This thumb is going to go this way. This finger is going to go that way. See? And we just go like that. And that's how you get the whole egg out all in one shot. To this now, little orange zest, little bit of milk, a smidgen here of cinnamon, some sugar, key ingredient, orange juice. We mix this together. That's it. Done. So easy. Now, the next thing we have to do is we have to make our sandwich. I have some beautiful raisin bread right here, raisin cinnamon bread. I can smell it. I'm simply going to open it that way. We want this to be rich. A little bit of butter on the inside. Won't hurt at all. That butter is just going to melt and flavor it. A little bit of butter. Nice flat layer of butter. We're going to take our ham now. Whoops, I'm sorry. I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to take my cheese. Now, I'm using some Havarti cheese here. 1 slice on each side of the bread so that you're getting cheese on both slices when you serve it. Then my ham. 3 nice layers of ham here. Okay. Simply fold this over now. Now we have to marinate this. Now, this is a very hearty bread that I have. So I'll put this in the marinade, but right over here, I already have some that I've been marinating. And the way I know that they're totally saturated with the batter is I push in this way, and I can feel my finger go in easily, and I can also see that come out. You see how, so now we know that that's good. So to make our sandwich, You have to cook this all the way through. On this, you really have to cook this all the way through. Now, to cook this all the way through, that means you're going to start in a slow pan, not a really hot pan. But you can also finish this in the oven. So if you have people coming over for brunch, you can actually brown these and then just warm them up in the oven. Let them finish cooking all the way through. It's a great way to do it. Into my pan now. Have some butter here. I'm just going to put our butter in here. Great. Coming over here. Now, we're just going to drop this in the pan and let this start to cook. Nice and slow. Make sure it's hot enough. Notice I tested the pan here where I went like that to make sure that the egg started to cook right away. It's very important that it starts to cook right away. We'll put that in there. And I also move it to make sure that it moves too. That way I know it's not sticking. If it doesn't move, I'm not going to touch it at all. Put this other one right here. Great. We're going to let these start to cook. And just like you're making French toast at home, you're going to brown these ever so carefully. Don't turn them. Don't move them. Don't press them. You can finish in the oven. This is a beautiful sandwich. Just have to take care. And make sure when you're making it also as well, use sweet butter. Do not use salted butter when you're making this. Sweet butter is better. So we're just going to take, I'm going to let these brown up. Then I'm going to turn them over. I'm going to get them in the oven. They're going to cook. Take about 5 minutes in the oven, 5 to 8 minutes in the oven. We're going to take a little break. And then when we come back, I'm going to show you how we finish the hash. Take a look at the French toast. So it's a wonderful summer brunch today on Let's Cook. We'll be right back. Hi, welcome back to Let's Cook, where we're doing summer brunch. Now, we have two things in the oven. We have our French toast, but we also have the roast beef hash. What I did with the roast beef hash, and you can tell it looks absolutely great, is I just took it, I put it under the broiler and let it finish cooking all the way through. Then I even let it rest in the oven here. So I have this right here. I'm just going to put this right here. Additionally, with the hash, the French toast is ready to come out too. So let's get this out now too, because this is also done. Oh, this looks fabulous. So we need to finish a hash. Now to finish a hash, what we're going to do is we're going to fry an egg. Normally, if you have roast beef hash, you would finish it with a fried egg on top or a poached egg. Now, it's roast beef, right? So we're going to finish it just with a fried egg on top. Just take my pan, start to heat it up, a little bit of butter in there. Here's another trick. Especially a lot of times when you make an egg, you don't want the egg to brown. If you make a classic omelet, whether it be a rolled omelet or a folded omelet, if you're real serious about it, you don't want any brown on it. However, for my fried egg going on top of my hash, I want color. I want some brown. So we're going to let our pan get nice and hot here. And we're going to wait for that butter to separate and start to brown the way it's starting to brown now. Take our egg, just crack our egg in there. Let that egg start to cook. While that egg is cooking, not sticking, good. While that egg is cooking here, we're going to take our hash now. You can serve this two ways. Look, I could serve this right in a pan like this, but this pan is a little large to go. So I'm just going to take this now and take it and kind of keep it together here and slide it out of my pan here, right onto the plate here. Then any of the juices that are left there, those go right on top too. Oh, I think I'm in heaven. It's beautiful. Now my egg, we're just going to take our egg now. Take our egg, one little flip on our egg here. Then we take our egg right on top of that. Beautiful roast beef hash. That egg is runny. You cut into it, out of this world. Now, another thing going on here. Let's take a look at our French toast here. We're going to take our French toast now. Beautiful. Remember the cartoon Yogi Bear? Beautiful. I don't know. Anyway, going to cut it in nice little diamonds like this. Great. Now, before we serve it, a little bit of powdered sugar. Then, you need to serve this, and I'm going to serve it right on this plate right here, but we need to serve this. Oh, see the cheese? See how it's just melting? It's cooked all the way through here. Can we get a shot on this? Yeah. See how that cheese is just ooh. Oh, it's out of this world. Just take this, stand this up here, this right up here. Beautiful Monte Cristo there. And then if you wanted to, you could garnish that with some berries. But right here on the plate, we have some beautiful blueberry, raspberry, strawberry, and this is a cherry jelly. All of them will go great with that Monte Cristo. As a matter of fact, I think that I have a little bit less or I have a little bit less than a minute left in the show, so I'm just going to take a little piece right here. Take a little bit of our confiture right here. A little bit of this right on the French toast here. I'm going to test this. Out of this world. Let me finish my roast beef hash here with our buttermilk biscuits. And remember, when you make brunch from 10 till 3 o'clock in the afternoon, almost anything goes, as long as you put a little bit of passion and love in it. Thank you for watching Let's Cook. You have a great day, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now.